Ireland was one of the first countries in the world to declare a climate emergency. They've just put an action plan in place to reduce carbon emissions. But from farmers to activists, it's dividing the Irish people. Méabh Mc Mahon reports.
On this family farm in the east of Ireland, 300 cattle and 200 sheep graze on 300 hectares. With the help of some of his 7 sisters, Matt and Martha keeps the farm alive. But it's not enough to make ends meet.
This year has been very hard. I mean, the beef price is down hugely, and it's following on a very bad weather year the year before.
And with Irish farming under pressure to reduce carbon emissions, Matt is concerned.
Beef has become the whipping guy. And governments think, oh, if we get rid of the cows, that'll mean everybody can still keep driving around in their big cars.
The Irish government did not decide to get rid of cows, but they did declare a climate and biodiversity emergency.
This has been described, and rightly in my view, as the greatest challenge facing humanity.
A climate action plan followed, 150 pages of ways to reduce carbon emissions. Farmers were asked to switch fertilisers and re-wet boglands, but not reduce herds. Far from the muddy farmlands, Kieran O'Carroll works in Dublin's business district. The marketing manager for PricewaterhouseCoopers also volunteers for Extinction Rebellion and is not impressed with Ireland's climate action plan.
The climate action plan really skirted some of the really big topics in Ireland. Cattle emissions, congestion on our roads. It basically took all the low-hanging fruit, decided to try and act on that, but left the big decisions for future leadership, for future generations to really bear the brunt of.
In Ireland, a country obsessed with talking about the weather, emotions are high when it comes to climate change. On her weekly radio show on this Irish radio station, callers call her a scaremonger. But this environmental scientist, Cara Augustenberg, says the reality is, as an island nation, Ireland's at risk of flooding and sea levels will rise.
Our erosion rates, particularly around coastlines like here in Bray, are quite astonishing. We have a dart line and a train line that runs along this coast, which will disappear as a result of climate change within the century. So we have a lot to worry about when it comes to climate change.
But for many, especially in rural Ireland, a bigger worry is trying to change their habits overnight.
There's a tsunami and an agenda being driven at the moment. In my opinion, an unfair agenda for the simple reason there are people in different parts of this country that are involved in agriculture, as you've pointed out, that have been involved in the peat industry, and there's people think in Ireland that they're going to be the saviours of the whole world.
Back in the countryside, people are concerned about the climate, but want the responsibility to save it to be shared among all sectors.
We only have one planet. We have to try and get a little bit longer out of it.
For Euronews, I'm Méabh Mc Mahon in Ireland.